Ask Paul Horning.
Do you want the three fingers? You heard me. The Iowa foam fingers for Barron's.
What am I to do with that?
I don't know. Just saying.
When Andy's watching. Are we live?
Yeah.
I think we are.
Sweet.
Hi, Andy.
Pre-show.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on? I have some special music prepared.
Nice. Oh, this is good.
How long has it been, gentlemen, since we've been back here in the bullpen?
Well, JP and I held it down a couple of weeks ago just fine.
We have all these famous people here who live on vacation.
I know.
Well, I'm happy to be back, gentlemen. Karaoke with Evan Doherty.
Oh, I'm now really pumped to be back. This is great.
Oh, yeah. Special music time. Choreography
What is going
by
on?
JP. Anyway, so it's been a month. Let's see what's happened, boys. Anything going on?
Dan's had like 6 kids.
Yeah,
man.
Evan's
Since
jet
we did last
setting.
the podcast, yeah.
JP's fighting the good fight. Any breaking news we should share before we get started, boys? Anything going on?
There was a big trade today.
How's Pop?
Oh, Pop's fine.
Okay, good.
Well, I mean, as fine as you can be when you were supposed to have surgery to remove a stone, and it's still there, and now you have a stint
Oof.
where you don't want one. So,
All right, well, our
Yeah.
thoughts with Pop. Hopefully he's doing well. JP, what's going on?
Trying to get us a little bit of sponsorship from Lawrence. It's going to be great. It's a green.
Come on, Lawrence. Figure it out, man.
It's a green
I feel like
sponsorship
JP
at that.
kind of went into the wrong profession. He needs to be a salesman. Like as
my-
hard as he grinds to get those kind of like sponsorship deals and everything.
Marketing professional.
Right.
The
yeah.
first half of my life was in sales.
Oh, at
Sports
at
Authority,
Sports Authority?
Chalet,
Yeah.
Best Buy,
That's where I met. A lot of my friends working in retail.
The Block.
It's a great gig.
We got to get those dollars.
Somehow.
Evan,
some
how's
way.
the wedding circuit? Any interesting stories from the weekends
Yeah.
of weddings?
Wedding was an amazing wedding circuit. He had a small family friend Saturday. Had a old junior high friend get married on Monday. That was epic.
Running
Bay Area.
into water with your pants on.
Yes, I did that as well. That was fun.
What was one lesson learned for your own wedding this weekend that you will not do
That I will not do?
that you saw at a wedding this weekend?
Wow, good question.
Cupcakes? Well, you're going donut bar.
We're going donut bar for the desserts.
That's going to be legit.
pretty epic.
Man,
Yeah.
is it June yet?
One lesson I did learn was
It's going to be like a fat wedding.
basically.
Damn. Liquor and like champagne and donuts?
Yes, sir.
Sounds like a Drake album.
Lots. I was gonna say lots of E40 and Too Short. Lots of Bay Area rap. That killed it Monday night.
Dog, if you play classic E40 at a wedding with the 1%ers, are they going to understand what's being said?
The 1%ers will go home and the other 99 will party.
I mean, I'm down either way. You're going to have a lot of culture shock in that place.
All right, let's start the show. And welcome into the bullpen for the week of July 14th. We are back, all 4 of us back in the bullpen. Gosh, I think it's been almost a month since we've had a full cast episode here.
I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, JP and Brandon holding down the fort for us. Thank you, gentlemen. If you didn't catch it, go back, take a listen. JP picks the Euro, although we know who won now. It's interesting to hear who he thought was going to win then.
He picked the Moth.
So we're back in the bullpen. Lots to talk about as we get caught up here. I would say hydration check, but I forgot to get something to drink.
Agua.
Water. We got the latte
Yeah, the
there.
latte.
Yeah, JP's got gum.
Next
Which is always good when you're on a microphone.
We'll have a hell of a hydration check.
Yes. Since we have a high viewership right now on Facebook of 4,
Hey, big time.
we got 4 people out there.
Is it because we tweeted it out?
We own it.
Our boy Rich Gray is out there,
Rich,
already thinking about
Clark's dad.
already thinking about the donut bar.
Rich Gray, not to be mistaken for Jim Gray's son?
No,
No relation.
no.
Shucks.
He actually would probably do the LeBron decision. He's a big LeBron fan.
Well, first things first, we are the Bullpen Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at the Bullpen Pod. You can like us on Facebook, live subscribe, so you can watch our tapings live, like those 4 of you out there on Facebook Live right now.
I wish Facebook had a not like option. Like that way you could say you could like us or not like us.
Well,
on Facebook.
that would be okay. Either way. But yeah, we're back here in the bullpen, and we had a pretty slow sports week. This is the slowest sports week of the year, and the All-Star game was Tuesday night. The American League victorious.
Didn't watch.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I had to do a work thing later in the evening, so I paid a little bit of attention, but
I didn't watch a single second of any of the All-Star games this year.
Did anybody watch the All-Star game?
What exactly is baseball?
Wow. What is life?
Yeah, I walked in off of the lake to get one at bat.
What a life.
I got off the lake.
Yeah, off my yacht, and caught one at bat, and then the game was over. And then I saw Eric Hosmer get his truck, and that was it. I didn't even care who won.
What was the big thing? Like he had the ball was like tattooed onto the bat or something, or there was some logo, or
I didn't even
what
read
was
any
the
recaps
story?
about
Yeah.
the game. I mean, seriously.
Sorry to all of our baseball guys that we do videos for.
So, a record low for an All-Star game, 8.7 million viewers, and sports TV ratings tweeting out that America's Got Talent beat it by 3 million viewers that night.
That's
America's
a
Got
solid
Talent.
show.
Shout out
is.
to Nick Cannon.
It is actually an entertaining show.
Nick Cannon.
This is interesting. This is the first season I've really followed it, like a little bit more. Like I've recorded them and watched them.
Baseball or America's Got Talent?
Both. Actually, no. Baseball, I probably have watched like 2 baseball games all season because the NHL season went so late this year.
Oh, poor thing.
For the Sharks. I know.
You
I know. Hey,
poor thing.
it's a tough ending. Anyway, so what does baseball have to do here to help rectify this problem? We could also take comments on Facebook, too, if you have any ideas. Send them in.
It's not, as much as I want to say it's a Buck thing, it's not a Buck thing. Joe Buck?
Oh, no.
I don't think it's that. I think it's just, it's
Tell the truth, man. Baseball's boring.
It's the product. It's what
yeah,
the game's
the
just
girlfriend
old-fashioned.
But what do you
has
do?
told me she'll never pick up baseball. The other sports she'll try, but this one she's just not. And because of the fact that it's so watered down with, guys who really shouldn't be in the game. Yes, I'm talking about my Twins and the Braves and the Reds. Like, they don't need to have guys in these games. I get it. It's history and blah blah blah. But it's just, it's watered down.
And I know they want to make the game count, but how can you make the game count for home field when the entire infield is from one team?
Right.
That's fair, too. And plus, actually, I mean, that also goes back to the argument of should it be home field advantage on the line for the World Series, because I think it was 19 of the last 24 teams that have had home field that have won the World Series, and you're putting it on a game where the Royals have the entire infield, like
Or the
come on.
Cubs.
Or the Cubs,
or
yeah.
the Cubs or whoever.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's the Cubs and Royals in the World Series,
Okay,
then it all works
then
out.
it
But
works out.
When it's not,
so is there just no fixing it, like the Pro Bowl? Like, there's nothing you can do to fix it?
football's different though. It's more of a sport than baseball is, and it's also violent. So you can actually get injured in an All-Star game of football. Who's pulling anything in the baseball All-Star game?
That's true. And they're only playing a couple innings anyway.
I think the last person to get hurt in a Pro Bowl, wasn't it like Robert Edwards in that beach football game he did like before? I think that was the last guy to get hurt in a Pro Bowl. I don't know if that's really.
Chances are still higher.
You got to find some way to make it a super exhibition, like do like the thought randomly came to my mind, a Top Golf type format hitting contest, like Rock and Jock. Bring Rock and Jock.
Yeah,
to
I was
the
thinking of
All-Star.
that. That would be cool.
Like if you had a triple decker.
As long as
it's three,
Dan
it's
Cortez
three.
is back in the mix.
Yeah, get Bill Bellamy involved.
Yes.
Get all those guys in there. I mean, what else
Talk
can you
about
really do
getting
to
the
make
band
a
back
younger
together.
crowd excited about it?
But will a younger crowd ever be excited about baseball?
Probably not.
It's a slow game. It's not. I mean, it can be very exciting in the playoffs, but
If I didn't play it growing up, I don't think I'd probably be a fan of baseball.
and there's a lot of nuances that the casual fan really don't pay attention to. The
Right.
chess match in the National League, things like that. So,
Which this year was played in a National League park, but the American League was the home team.
well, yeah, that
Yeah, let's have a
that
DH.
for the All-Star
They
game.
play chess and baseball now, Dan.
Well, yeah, there is some strategy involved in baseball. Yes,
That's
specifically in the National League.
You learn something new every day.
That's what we do here at
Pulling
the
the
bullpen.
Kasparov.
Any comments from Facebook here? bros?
Jim Gray sucks, according
Jim
to
Gray
Rich Gray.
sucks. Okay.
Sorry,
Jay Sean.
I'm actually publishing a clip right now. So
Our boy Jay Sean is I guess traveling home, watching us on the bus.
because
He says,
somebody's too busy to
the
do
band is back together. All right. Yes, it is, Jay Sean. All right. So I guess poop on the All-Star game. Nobody watched it. Nobody cares. Next year it'll get played again. And
those 3 days, I don't really. I mean, I didn't watch the home run derby because it was Berman's last one. And
what about Berman throwing the Ali there out?
That
out
was
there?
the stupidest thing ever.
Oh, I missed it again.
He
I
said
didn't watch.
it was. I don't know if it was right at the end or not.
He
but
said in the year we lost Muhammad Ali, down goes Frazier.
who lost in the final round.
Oh, what?
Plus, Frazier, that fight was a loss to Foreman, one.
Right. Yeah, that wasn't even.
And
Well-
two, it's totally disrespectful in terms of Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, he's done, right? That was it.
Yeah.
He's not,
last
So he was just
derby.
going to
he's not even going to get renewed by ESPN, right? He's only going to do one this
His
football
contract's
season,
up
and
at
that's
the
it.
end of this NFL season. Yeah. Right. So he'll move on. Trey Wingo will take over prime time, and adios, Chris,
Yeah.
and his fat
Peace out.
wallet.
JP, Berman thoughts?
I don't know. Get hit by a bus.
Yeesh. Okay. So the Golden State Warriors are now the villains of the NBA.
Hit the music.
Isn't that beautiful? You're a loser and a villain.
Now
The
presenting
NWO?
the Golden State Warriors.
I, for one, welcome the villainous Golden State Warriors. I might actually become a bigger Warriors fan if they become the villains.
So the thing is, Cuban came out and said that the Warriors are now the quote unquote villains of the NBA, and that it actually could be good for the league. Is that
great for the league.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
was
the
quote.
All-Star game needs. The baseball All-Star game. It needs the villainous Warriors out there and
In
the
the outfield.
serial groin attacker.
It needs more Draymond Green kicked to the nuts.
More-
Yes.
Is he wearing a cup or not? Draymond Green will tell us.
Find out. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Only on Fox.
Love it.
We don't need to get into Draymond quite yet. But do you think that the Warriors are now the villains of the NBA because they're stacked and they went out and got the big name free
Well,
agent?
it's like
and
the Yankees in the 90s, right?
Oh, yeah.
Load up all the high
the team you love to hate.
free agents, the team you love to hate, and they'll still get great ratings.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm all about it. I actually did a little research, and I compared current Warriors with who they would be in the NWO.
Oh, here we go. This is great.
This is fascinating. This
All
took me all
Now,
like 5 minutes.
Who's going to be racist Hollywood Hulk Hogan?
Okay, just wait. Well, I didn't base it on the fact that he's a racist, but Kevin Durant is Hogan because he's coming in late. Remember, the NWO was started as Hall and Nash, so that's Steph and Clay. Like, that's who that is. And granted, do not take size into account in any way, shape, or form.
Well, if we're going by wrestling,
Size matters,
Hogan was already a certified winner, and as we know with Kevin Durant, he
Okay,
is not.
okay, but still, the fact that it's like, it's Hogan was a surprise to come, and the Warriors, even though it was kind of publicized that there was a big chance that he was going to go there, it was still kind of the surprise. Who else is going to be Hogan in this?
I mean, Durant reminds me a lot of maybe Conan from the Wolfpack.
Oh, come on.
old
he-
wrestling knowledge coming out big
Co-
here.
Conan was garbage. Durant at least is, a bona fide stud.
Conan won a few fights. Durant's won a few basketball games.
Man, I can't even right now with this.
JP, what do you think of this? I mean, obviously we know.
Can we
what
just
happened
agree
with
that
Durant.
Jaja Pachulia is Buff Bagwell? Can we just agree on that one, JP?
Who did you have Draymond pick?
I had him as Savage, the Macho Man.
Yeah.
A little flamboyant
Brother.
brother.
Snap into it.
It's fitting, actually.
and then obviously Steve Kerr's Bischoff. Because
Eric Bischoff. Wow.
and then I had Iguodala as Sting, because Sting, Sting is that guy, he's still got some left in the tank. The guy was the Finals MVP 2 years ago, and he's just always there.
Who's Rey Mysterio?
Who's the little short guy, the little short backup point guard? Doherty, you're the Warriors guy.
Short backup point. Ian Clark?
Ian Clark. Ian Clark.
Wow, WWF NBA comparisons. This is great.
WCW.
That was W.
That was
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
didn't it? Did they merge at one point?
They split, then they came back, and then they went to WWE after that WWE bought WCW.
That's right. Okay.
If I can say one more thing
Jump
about
in
this
here,
whole
yeah.
Warriors situation, you think back as a Dubs fan, 15 years ago this team was 17-65, okay? And now we're looking at them being the favorites to go to a third straight finals next season.
They are?
With a ring. They're favorites to win it all. They're favorites to at least make the finals, right? So third straight finals. Again, 17-65 15 years ago. So the LA Lakers last year, 17-65. In 15 years, Lakers fans, if you build something around something, you too could be back to being
Wow,
contenders.
he out here throwing shade at the Lakers.
Any chance I can throw shade at SoCal, I'm going to do it.
Wow.
You didn't like my build something around something?
No, that was
I
great.
brought that back again.
That was great.
Build something around something. All right, Lakers fans, hang in there.
It's going to be funny.
Joe Ochoa, get ready.
Oh, coach.
Joe Choa.
When there's a trophy presentation, the Lakers and the Warriors are at the same place. Wow. that plush couch life. That young Ethan Allen at the house life.
Ethan Allen, nice.
Oh, man. I forgot we were going to talk to Deflategate. So Brady's appeal was denied.
That's still a thing.
You left that off
My
already?
only thing about Deflategate, and it's not about the footballs anymore. It's about Goodell throwing his power around, and the city of Boston. Yes, not just the team, but the fans and just the
region of New England.
the region
Yeah.
of New England. The fact that they won't just like. I'm not saying Goodell should be allowed to make the punishment, but at this point, he's just sitting there going, "Okay, if you guys are going to keep fighting, I'm going to keep punishing you until you're beaten, or until I'm impeached," which probably isn't going to happen because the owners love him.
Right.
But it's become that like that Affleck interview on Simmons' show where he's just bombing off left and right on Goodell. That's the reason Goodell is going to keep doing this. He's going to keep messing with you.
Should we
Just-
call Tim Hines?
Like, yeah, just
Where's Heinze?
stop. Just take your punishment. Let's all move on, and
Yeah.
we don't have to talk about deflated footballs. Plus, they cheated before, so there's still that.
I will
aspect
lose
in there.
any respect I have remaining for Tom Brady if he decides to push this and take this to the Supreme Court.
It's happening.
You think
It's coming.
He's going to do
this
it.
is worthy of really being debated at the Supreme Court level? Get over yourself, bud.
Yeah.
Get over it.
For 4
Yeah.
games.
Which he already restricted his contract to
To
where
get
it's a
paid
less
like nothing,
financial
yeah.
punishment anyway. So like, just be done with it.
JP?
I can't even.
It's just a waste of time.
This was two postseasons ago.
I mean, he might as well just let Jimmy Garoppolo take the reins and shine.
Jimmy Garoppolo shine.
I'm ready for the
That's a
Jimmy. I'm ready for the
conversation for another day.
The Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah,
era.
let's see what Jimmy G has.
Well, we'll see it again for 4 games and see what he can do.
Maybe,
Um,
unless Brady pulls another dub out of his in the legal system.
I thought you were gonna say out of his Uggs.
Yeah,
I was fully waiting for you to say he's gonna pull out
out of his
Uggs.
Uggs.
So the big UFC. Sorry, I got
Yes.
lost. Yes. Do we have any comments on Facebook? Well, before we jump into
Nope.
this, no Deflategate comments.
Nope.
Rich Gray says, "Suck it, Brady." Thank you, Rich, for that.
Hey, I like his language.
He's good. He's
Rich
good.
is actually a radio guy. We should get him.
I
on
met him at
sometime. You
the
did.
Super Bowl in
Let's
Phoenix.
ask
yes.
Rich, how many FCC fines have you paid, good sir?
Rich,
What? Are you,
I'm asking Rich
are
to tell
you-
us how many FCC fines he's paid. All right, well, we'll see when he catches up.
Slight delay.
Slight delay, yeah.
23.
23 FCC fines. That's not too bad. Still got a job.
Wow, thug life, Rich Gray.
UFC 200 was last Saturday night. Is that right? Saturday night in Vegas.
Correct.
JP and I talked about this Monday morning. I just wanted to get your thoughts, gentlemen, on how you think that the premier MMA event of the last couple of years went for the UFC, other than the fact that they got sold 2 days later.
Awful.
Yeah, it was pretty weak sauce.
I mean, John Jones obviously getting pulled from the card a couple days before
Well, it
the
didn't.
event. That
it started
sucked.
with Rousey and McGregor losing.
Right, so then they couldn't be on the well, they could have, but
McGregor was supposed to still be on it, but then he had that little Instagram
right.
retirement.
When he retired.
Yeah.
that broke the office one day.
We could even rewind this a little bit. If John Jones fought and knocked Daniel Cormier out, that still doesn't save the entire fight card.
No, it wouldn't have.
It,
'Cause
it just would have
was
been a
bad.
footnote because everyone expected
Yeah.
it anyway because Daniel Cormier came out there like a can of busted biscuits.
That's why he cried. when he found out. 'Cause those were tears of joy.
Because he didn't have
He
to
knew
face
he wasn't going to get his ass kicked.
I think he also cried because he took a $500,000 pay cut.
Yeah.
He got his purse chopped in half.
There's no guarantee on that, on being on the card?
Unless your name is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do we feel about Brock's return?
That was a terrible fight.
He gave more effort than Daniel Cormier did.
Like Mark Hunt, I'm convinced in Mark Hunt's contract, he had a clause that he was going to lose $1,000 every time he threw a punch.
Yeah, or Dana White told him, look, I'll cash you out on the back end under the table, but please do not hit this man in his face.
Because he's got to go back to the WWE.
Like, that was ridiculous. He stood in the pocket, and Mark Hunt did not throw his hands at all whatsoever, knowing that Brock Lesnar did not want to get his chin
it was like it was like the NFL refs protecting the quarterbacks with roughing the passer. Like, you're just not allowed to touch him.
Like, he continued to walk him down round after round, and then he would just get taken down and lay on his back and punch from his back, knowing that he wasn't really trying to get up. So that was also a wash. A $2.5 million wash at that.
What about Misha Tate going down?
Oh, God.
I told Films that Amanda Nunez was going to put hands on her, and he kind of chuckled. I'm like, nah, man. She's about to get punched all up in her face.
And, yeah.
And then that rear naked choke wasn't all the way cinched in.
That's right.
And Cupcake Tate just chumped out and tapped. So, for any Misha Tate fans out there, this was probably retribution for her backing Donald Trump. That's why she got punished like that. Amanda Nunez wasn't playing with the politics. So give me my belt, and you need to learn how to vote. She put the paws on her.
Yeah, it was pretty garbage. It was the first UFC event that the girlfriend watched.
Okay.
She actually said willingly that she'd watch more of them. I don't know why she enjoyed this one, but she did.
She likes violence.
Apparently, it's fine. As long as she doesn't learn how to do a rear naked choke, I think I'm good. But yeah, it was really trash. There was the knockout in the first fight. There was the choke out in the last one, and then a bunch of
submissions.
No, just a bunch of rolling around and dancing around and garbage.
I have to say, I was following the card until the first our first loser in our
we
11 fight.
In the
bet
second
that we had.
fight,
we had a
No,
parlay.
we had 9 fights. We had all picked as a group.
Yeah,
And
we were done in the second.
Actually, I shouldn't say we all picked as a group. I believe Murray picked them.
Murray picked. I just put my
I put my
$10
money
in
in.
my faith.
But did you see how he went back? He had all sexy picks because to win money in Vegas, you gotta bet big.
Yeah.
And then he changed the bottom 3. Granted, I was screaming Anderson Silva and Amanda Nunez, so I would have lost it for us because of those fights. But yeah, we were out of there in the second fight.
No, but it was our first fight on our parlay. It was the second fight of the night.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it was
so we lost straight out the gate.
the first one, and I went, well,
Man.
all right, I don't have to pay attention for the rest
that
of the
was quick.
That's why I don't gamble on sports. 'Cause I'm terrible at it.
Something that San Jose State would have done.
You're right. That is something San Jose State would have done. So UFC 200. Now we're looking forward to 202, right? I guess that's the next.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to 201.
What's the headline?
Lawler Woodley. I actually want to see how Lawler's lip holds up after the surgery that he had to have most of it replaced.
Tyron Woodley, don't mess this up, dog. Please don't mess this up.
But yes, 202 will be fun.
McGregor.
Yeah, that's the day I get back from Rio.
Nice.
I might not be able to make it through that.
That's going to be sad because who is going to console Evan in his Irish tears when McGregor's 0-2 against Nate Diaz?
You and Jason. You guys will still be there.
I'm gonna be on full clown mode.
I have a feeling Evan's not going to be glued to the TV.
I'll be
watching
ready
that.
to go home right then and there. There'll be plenty of bars in Brazil where it will be on.
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where people will be cheering against him.
Jason's already looking them up, so you guys will be fine.
Jason, find out where you can get the closest bar to our hotel that's got the fight.
Jay Sean's
ask
watching. right now.
Alejandro if he wants to attend too with his service weapon.
Now, real quick before we move on, does the sale of UFC really mean anything for the sport? Do you think it's going to change?
It means that Dana White makes more money than
than
Roger
Mike, yeah.
Goodell.
Well, that's true, but
Yeah, because Dana's staying in his
for
spot.
the fans, there's not. Do you think there's going to be a big
There
change?
might be more. I think you might get more access, just because it's a media company that's buying them.
Well, that's
They're
good.
already pretty open in
Right.
terms of leagues.
Yeah, so you might see a little bit more. You might see maybe some different, different avenues to see it. But I don't think it's going to change too much. So
picking the fights will still be trash. Example, we have Michael Bisping fighting Dan Henderson for a title when Jacare Sousa is clearly the number 1 contender in that division, and he's getting leapfrogged by a guy who's ranked 13th.
I'm convinced Sousa could beat both of them at the same time.
Probably. There's a very strong chance that he could handle both of them by himself.
Yeah.
Today, Jacare told Bisping to stop running. Let's see what you have to say, Michael. Some champ you are.
Well, he doesn't have to run because remember they're basically fighting in his basement.
Oh yeah, in Manchester, so he gets to stay home and get knocked out again by Dan Henderson.
Any idea if Andy's watching? We don't know for sure, but our good friend Andy Behrens, who wanted us to
he
have
usually says he listens in the car, so he doesn't actually get to watch the video. But if he
wanted the 2-hour track and field breakdown special, I'll give you 5 minutes right now. JP brought this to our attention this morning.
Now that we're talking about track.
Oh, great. There you go, Andy.
The best part of the Olympics and people are leaving? How dare you?
Michael Johnson, former U.S. Olympic sprinter, the fastest man alive, said that he would guarantee he would beat Usain Bolt in the 200, right, JP?
That's correct.
So it opens up the debate, Usain Bolt or Michael Johnson. Go.
We need a time machine.
Johnson. And the gold shoes. As long as he's got the gold shoes on.
I compared this to Michael Jordan and Kobe, and I'm a Kobe hater, and most people who know me knows that I despise that guy's existence as a human, but he is an offensive killer. But there's no way that I could ever bet against Michael Jordan in a basketball game, in a hypothetical especially. So, I mean, Usain Bolt is fast. Don't get me wrong. He's the fastest guy. He's also lazy. I feel like technically Michael Johnson just beats him because he's better at running. And when he gets to the turn, if it's not even, there's no way that Usain Bolt will kick better than Michael Johnson going down the home stretch.
So his PR is 1919. That's Usain Bolt's, and Johnson's is 1932.
With what, 8 years apart?
11.
No, 13.
So a decade and
13,
some change.
yeah, you're right.
With training today, we're talking about legal stuff here, like the weight room, the weights.
You think Johnson be in better shape?
The faster track.
Did he?
The track is faster.
Did he say 200 meters? Is that what he said?
He said the 200, right?
It would have to be the 2 because Michael Johnson never ran the 1, and we know Usain Bolt will never run the 4.
Yeah, because you look at their all-time numbers on IAAF, and Johnson's more than 2 seconds faster than Bolt in the 400, and even faster than him in the 300. So the longer the race,
the better chances.
The better chance Johnson's got. He was ridiculous in the 400 too.
Nobody's going to beat that 400-meter record.
At 43.18. I think it's still the world record.
It is. It'll be a great race. I told Behrens to hook up that time machine so we can watch it live. But Behrens is over there in Chicago playing around. Get on your job, Andy.
All right, there's your 5 minutes, Andy. So I think the consensus here is Johnson.
5 minutes. That was actually about
2.5. 2.5. So the major conferences have released their preseason media polls for college football, which does not include.
Can we get a look at that Mountain West?
No, they haven't released. I said the major conferences. I said the major conferences.
Everybody has left the room. We have no viewership.
No, the major conferences. So the Pac-12 preseason media poll came out this morning, and your number 1 team, the Stanford Cardinals. Now, the only thing we should look at
Cardinal.
Sorry,
Cardinal.
I'm sorry. You're right.
It's a color, not a bird.
I agree.
I thought it was a tree.
I've been working on a Cardinals piece all week, so forgive me.
Whatever.
How do you guys feel about ASU being picked 5th?
That's
in the
trash.
South.
No, I don't think they're one of the top 2 teams in the South, but I do think they're better than Northern Nogales Tech.
Sarah, are you watching? I hope you are.
Here's the thing, though, too. Who's our quarterback?
Right. No, I understand that, but we still got they still got a solid running game.
Who is it?
They got a great defense.
Is it Wilkins? Manny Wilkins?
The cupboard is full. You got your choice. You can mix and match. We can keep people.
That's always a good idea.
Well, Graham doesn't do that enough. I don't think.
The cupboard.
He tried the Eubank thing, like in the goal line situation, but that didn't work. Like, figure out which of these guys. I mean, I think it should be Wilkins just because he has the most experience in the system. But
I'll say this: in recent memory, ASU has fared better when the expectations are low.
Yes,
that's right. I remember
the expectations are high.
Under promise, over deliver.
They'll go 6-6.
Throw up the fork.
Something to live by.
But
Rich is hoping for Brady White, which I wouldn't be too sad
nephew of
about.
Danny,
either.
I believe.
I don't
Any
think
relation
so.
to Danny
I don't
White?
think so.
No.
Again, Rich is plugged into ASU football more than we are since we've moved.
Let's take a look at the rest of this thing here. So, in the South, UCLA expected to win the South over USC. JP,
No.
your thoughts?
Just found out a few days ago via one Pat Forty that UCLA even had a football team. Shocked and amazed. Had no idea that UCLA
Josh
had a football team.
Rosen.
So
Josh Rosen.
Yeah,
I
that's,
don't know- I
it's
don't-
the Rosen hype machine.
who's that guy? All I know him from is Instagram when he's always asking people
When he's
to
showing pictures of
send
his
him
hot
money?
tub and his.
Yeah, he's tired of people using him
Yeah.
as a ploy.
The next team in the South,
That was a sick hot tub.
Utah, who will be making a visit to Spartan Stadium. If you guys are going to want to go check out the Utes, they'll be playing here.
What stadium?
I'll go scout the Utes.
Is that like a Pop Warner field?
I will go.
Pretty much,
I will go
yeah.
for the sole purpose of seeing Dan
Drunk?
wasted out of his mind
Yes.
by the end of the first quarter.
Let's see what.
Actually, before we even get to the
oh, it's
stadium,
a 7:30 game. That's perfect.
I'm in.
Is drunk Dan a less pessimistic Dan?
No,
No, he's actually more.
except I said go for 2 against BYU. That was
Drunk Dan likes to take selfies though. He doesn't do a very good job of it.
Ah, prima donna Dan.
I don't know if I do, but let's pretend I do.
Or at least in my only experience of going to a Spartan game.
We
with
took a
you.
picture.
Yes,
yeah, the crappiest team in the Pac-12, according to this poll, Oregon State.
Well,
So,
yeah,
there you go.
Mike Riley left them in the toilet.
Hey, our boy Chan just posted a link. Of
Found
where
the
to
bar?
where to watch guide in Brazil, in Rio.
Let's take a look.
UFC.
Let's take a look. Pull that up.
Are you just going to scoff over the USC Trojans, who are easily the dark horse to win it all next season after they dethrone Alabama as the national champion in the first game of the year?
Oh man, they're gonna get rolled.
Never.
That'd be good. It's gonna be an
Nope.
awesome first weekend.
Yeah.
40
They're-
the whole
they're
thing on it.
Fully
was-
winning that game.
Interestingly, it's the first time Stanford has been picked to win the Pac-12, but preseason.
That's fine. But
So that's why they won't win it.
Right.
what's the consensus going to be when we dethrone Nick Saban and friends?
Yeesh, I don't know. What do you think, Ev?
JP is to optimism as Dan is to pessimism.
Hey, I'm just hoping to win to go 6 and 7 to match the Sun Devils this year once again.
We're not even worried about the such challenge. We're worried about actually getting some hardware.
I just don't understand how Washington's that high.
Yeah,
in the
they got
North.
8 first place votes.
Yeah.
They got Doug Peterson.
I mean,
Chris
yeah, that
Peterson.
helped. Chris Peterson.
They got Eagles coach Doug Peterson.
They got him.
I mean, that's true.
What did I miss?
It's like an NFL wife swap.
All right, we got to stop this and we got to go do a video on it. Sorry, everybody.
Jason, I need more research here. Your Rio UFC post does not have very much information here.
Well, it's from 2013, so
Oh, wow.
the whole city's
he
been
did
rebuilt.
clarify that, and he also is on a Yahoo shuttle
I'll
right
give
now.
you that. Wi-Fi's struggling probably.
Yeah.
He's probably getting all the bandwidth just to watch the podcast.
He's
and no
getting
one
he's
else
getting all the
can do
bandwidth
anymore.
from 2013.
I'm ready for the Max Brown era.
All right, that brings us to the list this week. I looked this up today. Sporting News released their annual list, and since this is 2016, it is the top 16 college football teams since 2000. Okay, now
Ooh.
let me break down the thing and have you guys make some guesses. Okay, 10 categories they use to determine this. A lot of metrics that went into this: national championships, national title game appearances, CFP appearances, Heisman Trophy winners. And also winning percentage, bowl wins, draft picks, first round picks, all Americans. So all this stuff goes into one thing.
So
these are
all
the top-
SEC schools.
See,
that
this is the top 16
Ohio State,
teams
USC.
since 2000. Okay, so
And who
guesses.
else?
Okay, Ohio State's
should,
2.
Should we roll like one at a time?
Sure.
Like Wisconsin's probably on there, right?
Wisconsin's not on this list.
Okay, good.
There you go.
Shouldn't be,
Remember,
but
you have to
I
name
thought
all
they
the
would
SEC
be.
schools first and then the outliers.
Well, yeah. So Bama.
Okay, Bama is 1 and Ohio State's 2. That's not really a
Okay.
huge surprise.
Don't,
SC's
don't forget
gotta be
about
on
Florida
there.
State.
SC's 3. Florida State 6.
Yeah.
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma 5.
Did you hear Ohio State when I said it?
yeah,
Yeah,
I got
he
it. We got
got
it.
it.
That was
He
1
got
and 2.
Oregon.
Oregon's 11.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, they've been the last, 5-6 years for sure.
right. Well, they always won like 10 games, but they
Yeah.
never really made it to the Natty except for that one year they lost to Ohio
Did they
State.
throw Auburn? Because you said 2000.
Auburn made the list at
LSU?
13. At 13, LSU's 4.
Yeah.
I thought that was high for them.
They
but-
have all the draft.
but
all the
yeah,
draft
that's true.
picks,
They-
yeah.
yeah, that's true.
They
That's
don't
true.
win anything, but they send everybody to the league.
Well, think of the early years with Les too, and then when
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had Saban too.
Yep.
Texas
Texas 8.
Wow, yeah.
since 2000.
I'm trying to think of
Think
other.
it- yeah, you gotta
Big
see this
Ten.
2000.
Michigan,
Michigan, no.
Florida.
Florida's on their 7. Yeah.
Florida.
That's interesting. How low are they?
The U is on here at 10.
Well, you said 2000, so they got draft picks.
Oh yeah.
Georgia?
Georgia 9, yep.
Oh,
So you guys
shout
got
out-
the, we
shout
got
out
the
to
top
Mark
10
Rich.
already.
Shout
I
out
think there's only 4 left that we haven't gotten yet.
Do not tell me Northern Nogales Tech is on there.
Northern Nogales Tech is not on here.
Okay, good. They wouldn't be.
Who was their last high draft pick? Antoine Cason?
Chris McAllister.
Antoine Cason.
Tennessee?
Tennessee not on here.
Ooh, this is starting to get
Yeah, I'm
tough.
starting to get dicey here.
Did someone say the Boomers Sooners yet?
Yeah, we said that. We said
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
those are in. Now start thinking non-BCS too.
Oh,
Include some
Boise.
non-BCS. Boise's on here. Yep,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
12.
Oh, 2000. Jared Zabransky.
The other one, the other BCS buster, almost perennial now. TCU's on here at 14.
Yep.
Well, they're in a conference.
Now they are.
They're Big
Yeah,
12, but
they
Well,
weren't.
they were when
weren't,
they-
yeah.
yeah.
When it was the BCS.
Where did San Jose State land?
Is Baylor on there?
642nd. Baylor's not on here. I'll just give you the last two. Virginia Tech at 15
Oh yeah.
and Clemson at 16.
I was gonna
Those are
say
your top
Clemson.
16.
They've just kind of like
Last
rise the
couple of
last.
years.
Yeah.
The thing I really liked about this ranking was all the different things they included into it to pick the top 16. Another rankings that was released this morning, the FIFA World Rankings. Gentlemen, the United States of America is in the top 25. That's like San Jose State being in the top 25. Actually, no, it's not quite that ridiculous, but
Well, back where we were about 2 years ago.
They play soccer here?
And then Jurgen's going to use that
what do you do?
to go take over the England job,
Hold
and
on a
we're going to
second.
get stuck with
Hold on a
Bob
second.
Bradley again.
Hold on a second, JP. What bubble do you live into? You don't watch baseball. You don't watch soccer. You work at a sports media company.
He
Dude.
watches a lot of documentaries.
The last time U.S. soccer was relevant is when they were spinning Freddie Adu being the next big thing.
That's true.
Now he's playing in like the 4th league in
In
like,
Israel.
Switzerland. Or
Yeah,
something.
so that's probably the last time that U.S. soccer for males had anything to talk about.
Speaking of Jurgen, do you put that on your resume? Got United States back
Oh,
into
you
top
fully.
25 of
That
world
is
rankings.
on. That better be on his damn Twitter.
That's under
bio.
accomplishments.
That's all I know.
Put it in his Twitter bio.
Like that is right there.
I mean, they jumped 6
right
spots.
after underachiever.
They jumped 6 spots this year. So I mean, does a Copa quarterfinal equal jumping into the top 25?
Yeah.
I think so, with how stacked that field was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, you only got extra hosting.
How do you gauge soccer success?
Hey, all you got to do is get in. That's all you need to do.
That's what she said.
You know how you gauge it by road goals, JP.
Road
by
goals.
road goals.
I'm being serious because every other sport is what have you done for me lately?
Dan,
so what
can
do
we
you do in
save
soccer?
can we save the road goals discussion for the next podcast when we're on location?
All right, we can do
Hey,
road
to
goals later.
take something from Jurgen, to JP's point, to take something from
You
what
have to
Jurgen
say
would
it
say.
in Jurgen's voice.
Yes.
We beat the Netherlands. That was an Arnold voice. What was that?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was a Jurgen.
Beat the
Met-
Dutch, beat Germany last summer, back to back.
Mhm.
So, not their top squads. but
And I think
still beat
they've
'em.
got they finally do have the influx of youth, like the Bobby
They're
Woods
getting there.
and DeAndre Yedlins.
Just don't
and-
fight anybody.
Yeah. And the Christian Pulisic.
Okay, what is the U.S. soccer team not offering these black dudes who shake from Africa that go to all these other countries?
That's a great question. Money?
Because none of those fools want to come over here and play. And granted, America is pretty shitty right now, culture-wise, with these cops. But outside of that, I feel like you would want to live here as opposed to France or Belgium or Switzerland. I might be jaded in that, but why would they not fly over here to play on this soccer team and experience the riches of whatever this country still has to offer?
I don't know. I mean,
haven't you seen the dynamics of these teams? Like Portugal with a guy who scored, I don't even know how to say his name. Is it Adair?
Adair, yeah.
Like he looks like Pusha T. And he's from Africa, but he plays in Portugal. Like why? How come no one drafted him to come play for the U.S. team?
it's true.
Freddie Adu was like the guy who was also not.
I just don't think people believe in the product here.
Well, we've talked about this over and over again. The reason the team isn't great is because the best athletes don't play soccer. Because
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
true.
profitable.
And everywhere else, it's the sport.
Yeah.
It's the marquee sport. Do you guys have any problems with this top 5 here? I'm just going to read it. Argentina, Belgium, Colombia, Germany, Chile. Any problems with that? Germany's 4.
I have a problem with Belgium being that high.
And I was surprised that Colombia was there.
Colombia's
Ahead of
a
Chile.
good squad.
They got the best cocaine, so
Well, yeah, that bumps them at least 2 spots. But
got to.
No problems with that?
No, I mean
I don't have any issues.
They
with
lost
it.
early in Euro, or earlier than expected. I guess what.
Yeah, but Belgium, they always get the hype, and yet they don't make. They're not making it to the finals or the semifinals, and it's.
But
And they have a good young nucleus there.
they also have the best waffles.
They do, but that doesn't matter in these
It does,
tournaments.
So that bumps you up 2 spots.
Because if Coke,
Apparently, it does.
if
Apparently, it
Coke
matters to FIFA and whoever took over. After Sepp's gone, and you want to talk about corruption? They're bribing them with waffles.
smart.
Waffles.
All right, well, top 25. That's exciting. Another
It is.
another
Celebration.
little tidbit here in soccer news. Sir Alex Ferguson, former coach of Man U, manager, says Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest or the special player of his generation.
Greatest goal scorer, yes. Greatest player,
So what's
No.
What my argument was going to be is,
What's his
how does-
generation?
I mean, yes, there's that. I mean,
right? Yeah.
there's-
If you
do
take
you consider Messi a part of it? I think you
But
do.
Didn't Ronaldinho? Isn't Ronaldinho a part of this generation? He just left.
Ronaldinho was done in like 04.
Oh.
I mean, you call it generation every 10,
Well, if
15
it's
years.
Sir Alex Ferguson's generation, you got to talk about Pele.
He's 70-something years old.
So
Like
between
if that,
Pele
we're talking about that generation,
and then the other Ronaldo would be in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Who's
he's
now-
talking about Cristiano, but
yeah, who now looks like he ate the current Ronaldo?
is he the greatest player in the world right now?
I don't
And I
think
would
so.
ask, and I would
He's
ask,
the greatest goal scorer.
yeah.
Yes,
What about Messi? Where does Messi?
Messi
in
does
that
more
argument?
with the ball than
I think
Cristiano Ronaldo does.
I think Messi is not as flashy of a goal scorer, and he doesn't have the header game because he's only like 5'9". But he's magic on the field. And yes, he missed that PK, and I get that his team has got to the final of all these tournaments and they've lost, but they're still getting to those finals. I know Portugal won the Euros, but they won the Euro without Ronaldo on the field because he got hurt,
Right.
and he had to be carried off on a stretcher. But he was okay to be running up and down the side of the field, yelling at his teammates.
I'm gonna throw this comparison out there. It kind of just came to my
Yeah.
mind. Ronaldo is Kobe.
Okay.
Messi is LeBron. In terms of LeBron's a little bit more distributor, passer,
reverse that.
can do a little bit.
Because Messi could get a shot off of his by himself. Like Bron's not creating a jumper alone. Kobe is doing 3 moves and getting a wide open 12-foot jump shot for the bank.
True. I was making the point that Ronaldo, a little more flashy, can score as well.
True.
And
He doesn't
the
shake,
team's
though.
better when he doesn't play.
He needs-
the Lakers won some games when Kobe didn't play.
He needs to be set up though. Messi gets a touch and then it's just shake and bake goal.
Right.
With Ronaldo's double teamed, he's
Also,
going to
if
pass the
you've
ball
ever
the whole
game,
seen
too.
just Ronaldo in full sprint, that guy doesn't deserve to be there. He runs so awkwardly. He's fast. Don't
Phoebe
get me
run.
wrong, but like the hands are out on the side, and it's just like it's so weird to watch him run. So for that, he gets demoted to number 2.
Because he got bad sprint form.
He does. It's really awkward.
I'm not about to argue that.
It probably helps that Ronaldo played for Man U at one point.
Oh, he's jaded.
This week's random shot, we've got the presidential
I
party
did not look at
conventions. Evan didn't look at it, so we'll see if he can come up with something out of the.
We'll go to him first.
Yeah, we'll go to put him on the spot. So the Democratic and Republican conventions are in the next couple weeks before we get to back to the podcast. So I thought it'd be interesting if we came up with some tickets so 2 professional athletes that you would put on your ticket.
Does it have to be athletes? Can it be coaches?
I put current professional athletes.
Okay,
we can do
all right,
coaches
all
if you
right,
want.
all right.
I don't really care. It's
I'll switch
open ended.
mine. I'll switch
You got an
mine.
athletic coach?
You have a president and vice president. Who do you think amongst professional athletes would be good candidates to run for president and vice president? The ideal ticket. So,
Don't steal mine.
JP,
Why don't you go-
JP,
why
why
don't
don't
you
you
go
go
first?
first? Yeah, because Evan's gonna need some time to put it.
Disclaimer, 90% of these athletes suck
True.
at politics, being politically adept, actually having the brain capacity to think about what's going on outside of their gazillion dollars. So, this was a very tough choice. But in the spirit of participation, I came up with the best ticket possible that would, what is that, the bald guy with the blonde hair say, make America great?
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't really been great, but we can make America dope for at least 4 seasons.
I think we just figured out a hat for JP.
Make America dope. Tag it. For president, my vote would be Super Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
I need someone who is not afraid to speak up for his own people, no matter what anybody else thinks. He will speak up for people as a whole. He probably will never take no for an answer, and he has just as much, if not more, charisma than our current leader, Barack Obama.
All right, and your VP?
I'm going with Serena.
Oh.
Okay, I need the female greatest athlete of all
These
time
are just the people JP wants to party with.
in the White House.
Serena's a good pick.
No, it is.
Because she has fully always carried the flag for social justice for her people, and she's a good decision maker. And she's also she also will look good in a power suit. And when she walks into the room, you got to pay attention. You got to sit up straight. Okay, you got to clean your mouth. Make sure you don't say anything stupid. Because, I mean, you can't just talk crazy to a black woman like that in public. She'd end up slapping you. And we need somebody in office like, wait, what'd you say? And then kind of step off the podium and lay hands on people and then walk back and continue the speech.
All right, I'm going to piggyback on that. I actually had her as my presidential candidate. And
I'm not mad at that.
And here's the reasons why. She comes from a small town near Flint, Michigan, so she's going to get the blue-collar vote. She's going to get the women vote. She seems to be relatively free from controversy, other than maybe some match-fixing early in her career. And she lives in Florida, so she can help carry this out. So far, my vice president's candidate, a little bit of
Put a lot of thought into this.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think Aaron Rodgers would be a good vice presidential candidate.
Oh!
And here's why: went to Cal, grew up in California. He'd bring the liberal vote,
Would
and he would be, and he would be. I think he would be a. Well, he's charismatic. People, I don't know other than Brandon. I don't know anybody that really hates Aaron Rodgers.
I don't. Okay,
And
I don't,
Olivia Munn
I don't
would be a
hate
hot.
him as a person. I hate him when he puts on the uniform. Charismatic, because he does this.
No. I just
Discount double check.
again. People like him, and that's what a vice president
No,
you want.
Green Bay likes him. And
I don't think
ESPN
I don't
does,
think
too.
he's a hated NFL player. I don't
No,
think
he's
people-
not.
He's a little bit smug in his
He
interviews,
is smug.
though. I'm not sure if people would buy into him.
And Biden's doing backflips.
Okay.
So I mean,
all right.
just let me have it. My
you're fine.
wild card was Buster Posey because of the South. That was the other one.
He would be the most boring presidential
yeah.
candidate of all time.
But
Is
he's
he your
electable as a
Secretary
vice.
of Defense?
I think he'd be the campaign manager or chief of staff because he can just manage the whole
He
thing.
will put everyone to sleep.
That's perfectly fine with me. Okay, so those are mine. Take it or leave it.
Like-
Serena for president.
The rest of these people just don't have the acumen.
I thought we were doing in sports in general.
That's okay, go for
I
it.
actually have a Zimmer 2016 shirt. I was going to put Mike Zimmer on there.
with Norvell?
No, not with Norvell. But since we're talking about tickets, you got to give it to the ticket, Kevin Garnett.
Okay.
I'll go with him as my presidential candidate, and
All
I will
right.
stick with the Minnesota theme, and I will go with Teddy Bridgewater as my VP. Just because
I could see the KG one going south so fast. Like the first person that's not on the team that says something ridiculous is going to get called every epithet in the book, plus some extras. And it would be amazing on TV, too.
And
to
how
just
is
watch him
that
curse
any
somebody
different
out.
than the actual presidential candidates probably running right now?
Well, they haven't got the seat yet, but I see what you're saying. I can just see him in the Oval Office and like, wait, did KG just curse out the Secretary of Defense? Okay.
We do have a comment here. Evan's fiance chimed in. #GoPackGo. She says
No
California
comment.
does like him.
She's a Green Bay fan?
He's confident. Don't hate.
Is she from Wisconsin?
Her second team.
from San Diego.
Wait,
she's
so
a Green
she's
Bay fan from San Diego.
Wait, her second team? Who's her first team?
Chargers.
Thanks for chiming in, Liz. helping me out. All right, Ev, you're last. You got anything for us?
Yeah, I was looking at a list of some athletes, and I wanted to go international, but I realized technically I can't.
You can't.
do that.
Have to be American born.
Have to be American.
That would have been great. Think of that. I want Neymar and Lewis Hamilton. That's my ticket.
So I figured
Let me get Zoltan Ibrahimovic
in the year of having
and Van Nistelrooy.
Van Nistelrooy, I'll totally take him. In the year of having very questionable presidential candidates,
Seriously.
I'm gonna go with Phil Mickelson. He's my president.
it's a golfer.
Come on.
Lefty.
I'll go with lefty. Good with the people. Go to the microphone.
And his VP candidate is John Van Zyl, so he can keep the.
Wow.
And then to get a little diversity in there, my vice president, I'll go Allison Felix.
Oh!
I don't want her doing that. In the sense of the hypothetical,
Can
she's
Dwayne
way too
Wade
nice.
get a VP vote just because of his Snapchatting ability?
Wow, he'd have the second first lady in all types of compromising positions on the internet.
That's what I'm saying. That would make America dope again.
Make America dope again. Oh, man.
Allison, like, she's so nice.
I know everyone loves a nice vice president. Right?
But like, if Phil Mickelson, he's fat, he had a stroke, and then Allison Felix is in the seat, and she got to press the button. She's like, I don't want to kill all those people.
Get Olivia Pope to come in and fix it all.
Maybe we should just, run the 400, run the 200, and see what happens.
I feel like these would be great shows.
See,
Would be.
Yeah.
You know who I wanted to go with? I wanted to go with Roger Federer.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Very nice, diplomatic, Swiss, but
He'd wear nice suits and watches.
he would. And then our boy Andy Barron's going to be his VP.
Novak?
Djokovic. Andy Djokovic.
Oh, man.
Dog, you
All right.
really said Aaron Rodgers, though. And you were dead serious.
Yeah, well, I honestly, I'm not going to go back into it, but I honestly
But
think that's like a
I get
VP,
where
very
you're headed.
PR type
I
guy.
get where you were headed on it. You were trying to like cover as many bases.
You got to get the. I've watched a lot of West Wing in the last few weeks, so I'm always worried about where you're going to get your vote.
That show's still on?
No, I'm watching it from the beginning.
For the first 30
Are you
seconds.
gonna- are you
I didn't watch
first
it.
time.
Are you going to pick up Columbo next?
Yeah.
Is that next?
No, he's probably going to go all
I
the way
got 'em all
back
DVR.
to Matlock and then Murder, She Wrote.
Mr. Ed.
Whoa.
Do you love Angela Lansbury,
He's
too?
a horse, of course, of course, of course.
Wow.
Hey,
Oh,
real quick,
jeez.
Jason found another bar in Rio. It's Irish. We're going to live it up, baby.
Oh, man.
Shenanigans.
They're all going to cry
Man,
together in
you
the
guys,
beer.
You guys aren't coming back.
That's
It was a pleasure.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Bullpen. The next edition, we're going to be
Yes.
live on location.
Yes.
At the
It's
Firehouse.
National Wing Day.
National Chicken Wing Day.
At the Pink Poodle.
Friday the 29th at the Firehouse here in Sunnyvale.
Half off wings.
So if you're Bay Area, come on out, hang out. Should be a good time. Thanks for checking out the Bullpen Podcast. See you in a couple weeks.
Newton Williams 2020.